So good morning, all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Hope I'm audible to you, right?
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here comes that we were talking about the claiming of education by Adrian Rich. We have covered some parts. This is the last part. So see what she's trying to say here. But my talk is not nearly really about women's studies, much as I believe in their scholarly, scientific, and human necessity. While I think that any Douglas student has everything to gain by investigating and enrolling in a women's studies courses, I want to suggest that there is a more essential experience that you owe yourselves, one which courses in women's studies can greatly enrich, but which finally depends on you in all your interactions with yourself and your world. This is the experience of taking responsibility towards yourself. Our upbringing as women has so often told us that this should come second to our relationships and responsibilities to other people. So now she's diverting a little bit. In the earlier, she was talking about the university educations and the devastating weaknesses of university educations or college education, that eradication of women's experiences and their thoughts and feelings and emotions. But here she takes a diversion here, but my talk is not really about women's studies. She talks about in general, much as I believe in their scholarly, scientific, and human necessity. While I think that any Douglas student has everything to gain by investigating and enrolling in women's studies courses. Suppose if you enroll in any courses or in any universities or in any colleges, I want you to suggest that there is a more essential experience that you of yourself. So you have to cultivate, or you have to imbibe some essential experience that you owe yourself. Okay, so don't obliterate that one, that point, so that you can have a better life. So this essential experience is very much needed, one which courses in women's studies can greatly enrich, but which finally depends on you in all your interactions with yourself and your world. Suppose if you want to interact with yourself and with this world, you need these kinds of essential experience. Suppose if you enroll in any colleges or any universities around the world, or you must have or you should have this essential experience that you offer yourself. You should imbibe this experience. That's really important, because you'll get a chance to interact with yourself and your world. I have told you that this education will enrich yourself, and you have to explore yourself. Correct. That's one of the important points related with college education or university education. So she points out that here, and this is the experience of taking responsibility toward yourself. So this experience is taking responsibility towards yourself. I have to tell you that that you need to explore yourself. You need to find out who you are. Okay, you need to find out your identity. Our upbringings as women has so often told us that this should come second to our relationships and responsibility to other people, and it should not be like that. So it should not be like a second hand version. It should be a first hand version. And as far as women are concerned, this problem is still existing. So we need to eradicate, we need to abolish all these kinds of preconceptions and prejudices. So this education will help you to enrich yourself, and so that you'll get an essential experience, so that you should cultivate an essential experience that you of yourself. So that's really important. She was talking about that point. And we've been offered ethical models of self-denying wife and mother. So we here means women. So women have been offered ethical models of the self-denying wife and mother. So there are certain roles, stereotypes roles for women, especially those who hold, especially in older days and in the present days, in the present society, we'll have these kinds of ethical models, or some essential what the stereotypes models that a woman should do. So intellectual models of the brilliant but slapdash dilettante who never commits herself to anything the whole way, or the intelligent women who denies her intelligence in order to seem more feminine, or who sits in passive silence even when she disagrees inwardly with everything that is being said around her. See, that point is really important here. Self denying wife and mother, that you are denying yourself. This is the point here, that you are obliterating yourself, you are forgetting yourself. Got it? Yourself is relegated into the background. Got it? So the male dominance can be seen there. So the wife and mother, suppose if it is a wife or it is a mother, they are actually trying to deny their self. So that's really a terrible one. So the intellectual models of the brilliant but slapdash dilettante. Dilettante means one who cares trifly, or who never commits herself to anything the whole way, or the intelligent woman who denies her intelligence in order to seem more feminine. So the feminine quality, in order to see the feminine quality, or in order to show the feminine quality, a woman denies her intelligence. Okay, in the male dominant society, or who sits in passive silence. A woman who sits in passive silence even when she disagrees inwardly with everything that is being said around her. So that means they are denying their self, and they are inwardly, they are what do you say, they are obliterating their self, they are forgetting their self. Gradually they'll become a cipher in front of the society. So that should not be happened. So responsibility to yourself means refusing to let others do your thinking, talking, and naming for you. It means learning to respect and use your own brains and instinct. Hence, grappling with hard work, it means that you do not treat your body as commodity with which to purchase superficial intimacy or economic security. For our bodies to be treated as objects, our minds are in mortal danger. See, that's also a really important point. Responsibility to yourself means, so you have your own responsibility. A first hand responsibility it is to yourself. Okay, to your body, that exploring your body, finding out your body, and exploring and what finding out your body is really matter here. It means refusing to let others do your thinking. Don't let others do your thinking. Suppose if you want to think, you have to think. If you want to talk, you have to talk. Don't let others talk for you and naming for you. Okay, and you are named several, the feminine qualities are so lots of epithets are given to you. Okay, suppose if you want to name, if you want to talk, if you want to express, you have to do it. Don't let others do that for you. It means learning to respect and use your own brains and instincts. Right, you have your own brains and you have your own instincts, so that you can use it. Okay, otherwise it will be, otherwise you will be demoted into the background. You'll be relegated into the background. Hence grappling with hard work. So you need to hard work and to use your brain, use your instinct. Got it? That's yours. Don't let others talk for you. Don't let others think for you. Don't let others name for you. It means that you do not treat your body as a commodity. That's also really important. Women are seemed or women are what treated as a commodity, a mere commodity. Like you'll have lots of examples from literature, right? It means that you do not treat your body as a commodity, as a mere object with which to purchase superficial intimacy or economic security. right? You're not as purchase, you're not a commodity to purchase, you're not a commodity to buy and sell. You are a self, you are a human being. For our bodies to be treated as objects, our minds are in mortal danger. Suppose if you let it happen, so your mind will be in danger, it will be in mortal danger. So that's a real, that's a grave issue here. And it means, she goes on telling, like, it means insisting that those to whom you give your friendship and love are able to respect your mind. It means being able to say with Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre, she quotes like this: I have an inward treasure born with me, which can keep me alive if all the extraneous delights should be withheld or offered only at a price I cannot afford to give. Responsibility to yourself means that you don't fall or shallow and easy solutions, predigested books and ideas, weekend encounters guaranteed to change your life, taking gut courses instead of ones you know will change you or will challenge you, bluffing at school and life instead of doing solid work, marrying early as an escape from real decisions, getting pregnant as an invasion, so and as an evasion of already existing problems. See, these are what women are assigned to do so. Women are supposed to do so. Got it. Lots of responsibilities. So it means insisting that those to whom you give your friendship and love are able to respect your mind. You are giving your friendship, you are giving your love. That means you are supposed to respect, or they are supposed to respect your mind. You should be loved. It means being able to say with Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre, she quotes the line, "I have an inward treasure born with me, an inward treasure. I have lots of qualities with me when I was born, which can keep me alive." Which can keep you alive if all the extraneous delights should withheld or offered only at a price I cannot afford to give. So that you have to withhold the treasure within you. You have to find out the treasure within you. So there are lots of treasures within you that you have to find out. Got it? And hone it and use it. Otherwise you'll be demoted from the limelight. So responsibility to yourself means that you don't fall or shallow or easy solutions. See, like pre-digested books and ideas, weekend encounters guaranteed to change your life, taking cut courses instead of ones you know will challenge you. Right? Suppose a challenging course you are denied, you are refusing to take the courses that challenge you, but you are taking a very easy courses for others advice. Don't do that. Do yourself, do for yourself, bluffing at school and to life instead of doing and solid work, marrying early. So this is happening even nowadays, marrying early as an escape from real decisions. That is, or that may not be your decisions, that may not be a real decisions. Getting pregnant as an evasion of already existing problems. You are actually waiting, you're actually escaping from the existing problems. Challenge the situation, challenge the society, challenge yourself. Then you can, only then will you be able to, only then will you be able to what able to excel yourself. So that's a point she wants to say. So it means that you refuse to sell your talents and aspirations short simply to avoid conflict and confrontation. And this, in turn, means resisting the forces in society which say that women should be nice, play safe, have low professional expectations, drown in love, and forget about work, live through others, and stay in the places assigned to us. See, lots of stereotyped roles are assigned to the women, that women are supposed to do this one. They are not supposed to do that. They are not supposed to go there. They are not supposed to play like this. Suppose if you climb a tree, your father will say, your mother will say, don't climb, don't do that. You are a woman, right? And certain limitations and barricades are put before you, right? So these kinds of social restrictions are there. So you have to come out of the shell to explore yourself. So it means that we insist on a life of meaningful work, insist that work be as meaningful as love and friendship in our lives. It means therefore the courage to be different, not to be continuously available to others when we need time for ourselves and our work. to be able to command or demand of others, parents, friends, roommates, teachers, lovers, husbands, children, that they respect our sense of purpose and our integrity as persons. Okay, you have a personality, you have an individuality. Got it. And please use it and please show the personality in front of the society, that your parents, friends, roommates, and teachers, lovers, husbands, children, that they respect our sense of purpose and our integrity as persons. Got it. So only then will you be able to excel yourself, and only then will you be able to find yourself, and only then will you be able to come forward. Got it. That you have to live like a human being. Otherwise, I have to tell you that I reiterate, you'll be relegated into the background always. You'll be marginalized. Got it. So it means that we insist on a life of meaningful work. Insist the work be as meaningful as love and friendship in our lives. Therefore, the courage to be different. You should be very different, not to be continuously available to others when we need time for ourselves and our work, to be able to demand of others. And the last part, women everywhere are finding the courage to do this more and more. And we are finding that courage both in our study of women in the past who possessed it, and in each other as we look to other women for comradeship, community, and challenge. The difference between a life lived actively and a life of passive drifting and dispersal of energies is an immense difference. Once we begin to feel committed to our lives, responsible to ourselves, we can never again be satisfied with the old passive way. See, that is really important, the difference between a life lived actively, that you have to live a life actively, your lives actively, and a life of passive life, a passive drifting and a dispersal of energies, that you are losing all your energies and you are being controlled by someone else. So that's a very passive, a very indifferent life. That's really an immense difference between these two. Once we begin to feel committed to our lives, responsible to ourselves, we can never again be satisfied with the old passive way. Okay, you could not, or you should not, or you don't want to regret for that life, that passive way of life, that old passive way of life. So the point is, you need to explore yourself and you need to find out yourself. Okay, finding yourself is really important. Showing your individuality is really a matter here. Now comes the second part of the contract. I believe that in a women's college, you have the right to expect your faculty to take you seriously. The teachers should take the women or lady or girls as seriously. The education of women has been a matter of debate for centuries, and old negative attitudes about women's roles, women's ability to think and to take leadership are still rife both in and outside the university. Got it. Suppose if you say something, if you comment, if you remark something in the colleges or in the classroom, the teacher should consider it as very seriously, right? Don't deny your freedom of expression based on your gender. That's also a really important point. So many male professors, and I don't mean only at Douglas, all of the world, still feel that teaching in a women's college is a second-rate career. Why it is so? Teaching in a women's college is a second-rate career. Many tend to eroticize the women students, to treat them as sexual objects instead of demanding the best of their minds. So they have their own minds, they have their own identity, and they have their own intelligence. So please respect that intelligence. At Yale, a legal suit, Alexander Yale, has been brought against the university by a group of women students demanding a stated policy against sexual advances towards female students by male professors. She points out one example. Many teachers, both men and women trained in the male-centered tradition, are the ideas and still handing the ideas and the text of that tradition onto students without teaching them to criticize its anti-woman attitudes, its omission of women as a part of the species. So you don't want to be omitted as a part of the species. Got it? Because of your gender, problem, because as you are a woman, as you are a woman, as you are a lady, as you are a girl student, so you have your own self, you have your own identity, and you have your own what your own mind and heart, that you need to express yourself, that you need to find out yourself, that you need to come out from the shell that is a stereotyped roles and regulations. Roles and rules and regulations are set by the society, so you need to come out from that shell. Okay, so that's a very nutshell, that's a very point, or the very aim of this speech. So anyway, I have just okay, so there are some other points that here. I'll do it in the next class. So now I'll give you a question to answer the. So this is an assignment for you. Mention the devastating weaknesses of the university or college learning according to you. Set clear? So you're supposed to answer this question uh, by yourselves. Okay, don't copy it from somewhere else. Do it by yourself. Mention as one of the, or mention the devastating weaknesses of the university or college learning according to you. So lots of weaknesses are there. So what do you find according to you? What are the weaknesses of the university or college learning? So please do it. And you're supposed to send this by text. Okay, don't write it not a handwritten. You have to text your answers and to send to me. Okay, in the group, you write your name and class and answer of this question. Okay, got it? So